Okay, thank you so much. Are you ready for the speech?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, 𝘕𝘂𝘮𝘣𝘢 from SMA Catholic Santa Teresia Danga. Johannes, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, salve, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Good morning, the honorable educators, the honorable English Competition Committee, and all beloved participants of this English speech competition. Thank you so much for the chance has given to me. First of all, let us thank our God. Because of His permission, we can hold this English speech competition. On this precious opportunity, I am Johannes 𝘕𝘂𝘮𝘣𝘢 from St. Teresia Danga Catholic Senior High School will deliver a speech entitled Becoming a Smart Young Voters. But before I start my speech, I'm going to explain to you the definition of general election and also the young voters. Well, ladies and gentlemen, based on the information from 𝘭𝘭𝑚.go.id, general election is a democratic process for electing the citizens' representatives or the government officials directly, freely, confidentially, and fairly by the citizens of a country. As we all know that our country Indonesia will hold the general election on 14 February 2024, where all Indonesians, including the young people in Indonesia, will use their voting rights to choose the future leader for the next 5 years. The main purpose of general election is to give the chance for the citizens to choose the leader who will represent them in the government. Then, the people who are allowed to join the general election in Indonesia this time are those Indonesians who are 17 years old or older, the people who are married or have previously been married. So, young voters are those people who are just about to use their voting rights for the first time. The young voters in Indonesia, who generally consist of students, college students, and also voters aged 17 to 21 years, play an important role in the general election process this time. Why did I say that? Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Based on the data from CNN Indonesia on 3rd August 2023, the number of young voters in Indonesia reached 63 million people, or equal to 31% of the total number of voters. This number can be said to be a huge number, and of course, the voice from the young voters will influence the development of our country Indonesia for the next 5 years. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if all of the young voters use their voting rights smartly, then I'm really sure that the general election in our country this time would be successful and the development of our country Indonesia would be so much better. Therefore, I want to invite all of the young people in Indonesia who are 17 years old or older to use their voting rights in the general election process on 14 February 2024. Never be the part of those people who do not use their rights to vote, which we usually call abstainer, or in Indonesia we call golput. Because being a golput is the same as not participating in building our beloved country Indonesia. This is the right time for us, the young generation in Indonesia, to raise our voices by choose our future leader. Ladies and gentlemen, and also the young voters, as a smart young voters, we have to realize that in the middle of the heated situation leading up to the general election in our country, which characterized by various kinds of fake news appearing in the media, including the fake news about the general election and also about the candidate we will choose, we really need to raise our awareness as a voters, especially as the young voters, to choose the leaders smartly, wisely, and never be influenced by the fake news appearing in the media. We have to really get to know the potential of each candidate, find out their track record, because who will we choose will determine the development of Indonesia for the next 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. Well, young voters, this general election is actually an important mechanism in the realization of democracy in Indonesia. So, young voters, this is the right time for us to raise our voices, to use our voting rights to create a better country, a better nation, a better regulation, and a better Indonesia through our future leader. Thank you so much.
Very impressive. 𝘕𝘮𝘮𝘣𝘢 from SMA Catholic Santa Teresia Danga. Mr. Vicky, do you have any comment or question to Yohanes?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ibu. Yeah, Yohanes, I think your speech is really interesting. So I'd like to let you know one question. So my question is, how can you involve the young smart voters in the general election in 2024? Thank you.
Excuse me, can you repeat your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Johannes, so my question is, how can you involve the young smart voters in the general election in 2024? According to your speech.
Did you ask me how to inform?
No, how to involve. How to make the young smart voters to participate in the general election. That
okay. Okay, I think thank you so much for the question. First of all, it's such a very interesting question. I think as a smart young voters, general election has been a basic material since we were in the elementary school. So I think it depends on each individuals. Do they realize that this general election is an important mechanism or not? But if I could share some tips or trick, maybe it would be we should realize the importance of the general election, and also convince other people about how can the general election give an impact for for the development of our beloved country Indonesia. Also, as a smart young voters, I think it is very important for us to choose the leader, just like what I said, choose the leader smartly, wisely, and never be influenced by the That's all, I think.
Yeah, thank you, Johannes, for the great answer.
Thank you so much.